Hey guys, so I saw this on Facebook and I had to give you guys my 2 cents. All right, so this lady posted this conversation with her friend, and this is how it goes. She was like, "Hey, I know it's late, but I'm doing a GoFundMe for my aunt's funeral. Can you donate something? Anything helps." Her friend replies, "I'm sorry you're going through this, but honestly, I warned you about this years ago, honey." The girl, so the lady replies, "Wow," person's name. "So you're really not going to help. You got the money. This is wild to me. I thought we were friends." She replies, "I have money because I make different choices. I got life insurance, an emergency fund, all the things I told you to do. I made sacrifices while you were in Miami every 3 months. So this is about what I do with my money. You're punishing me for living life. I'm sorry I choose to enjoy my life and live a little. Everybody ain't like you." And she said, "No, I'm protecting mine because I chose responsibility over vibes. I begged you to get a policy for your aunt and cousins. You called me extra, pushy, and now I'm heartless?" Rose eyes. So she was like, "You are heartless. It's not about insurance anymore. It's about being a decent human. If you got it like you say, why not give?" She replies, "Being a decent human doesn't mean financing someone else's neglect. I warned you, I planned, you didn't. That's not my debt to carry. Sorry." So she then goes off in the comments to, double down on what she had to say. So the person posting is the person that was responding, like, "I planned, you didn't. I don't have time for your neglect." So she said, "Y'all think I didn't want to go to the parties, to the clubs, out to eat so many times. I said no today so I could say yes tomorrow. So no, I'm not obligated to give because I saved and they didn't. Just because I have it doesn't mean I have it to give. If that were the case, I'd never have anything. They want me to support a GoFundMe when I sell life insurance and investment plans. Where was my support when I offered to help, provided resources, gave away free courses on wealth management? I could have been delivering a life-changing check versus just flowers and condolences. The bottom line is we have options, and there are people like me that are willing to meet you where you are and help. Get covered, have the conversation, start planning today." So I think Shorty Girl was using this also to sell her services as a life insurance agent. Here's what I have to say about this. I've been the woman that has planned, right? If you know anything about me, I've always been very responsible with my money. Okay, I didn't pay a cent in interest on any credit cards until 2023 when God told me to quit my job. I always paid everything off to zero, went debt free, was serious about my finances, paid off more than half my student loans before I graduated from college. I mean, I was the responsible person. I wasn't the one taking trips. I was the one that was wearing clothes from middle school and high school as an adult, as a grown woman. Yes, because I refused to go ahead and buy stuff. I didn't go to the clubs or the parties. I've been to the club maybe 2 or 3 times in my entire life. I'm that person. I say no. I say no today so I can say yes tomorrow. I understand. And just me personally, as a woman of God, as a child of God, as a good friend, I would have helped my girl out. Does that mean I'm going to pay for the whole funeral if I ain't got it? No, because I don't have it. But one, this is not the time nor the place to say I told you so. Her auntie just died and you just like, told you so. Girl, what? This is not time for that. The event and the grief in and of itself already tells her that. Like, that was just selfish. It was callous. It's giving you're not a real friend. And that the only reason why you were offering me these things is because it benefited you financially, but you don't really care about me as a person. Because if you cared about me as a person, you wouldn't dare throw that in my face in this moment. Right? Okay. That's first and foremost. Secondly, she didn't ask you to give everything for it. Homegirl just said, "Can you donate something? Anything helps." She didn't say, "Hey, can you take care of this whole bill for me? I know you got it." She said, "Can you donate something? Anything helps." And she was like, and at the end she was like, "Okay, but being a decent human, if you got it like you say, why not give?" What's the point of you having a bunch of money or saving a bunch of money and you're not going to even help out your friend when they're in need? You're a trifling friend if you ask me. So I would just say that for me personally, I would have looked out for her. I would have given whatever I had. Maybe I only had $100. Maybe I only had $50. Maybe I only had $25. Whatever was in my give fund, my offering fund for that month, because me and my husband, we do actually have a bank account for giving. Pastor Mike Todd, Transformation Nation, had told us about this years ago. He teaches on money. And just when you are a child of God, you give. For God so loved the world that he gave, right? So for me personally, I would have gave. How much? It would depend on how much I got to give. I might only have $50. I might have $100. I might have $1,000. I might have $30,000. I don't know. But it depends on what level I'm able to give. I would give. Whatever I am able to freely give, I would give. Now, homegirl then complained about how much I gave and had something to say like, oh, you should have it. You should be able to give me more than this, huh? Like, you only gonna give me $50? Nah. She might have got some clap back because God ain't through with me yet, right? Then it might have been like, are you serious? Now, I told you what you could have did to prepare better for this. But like, to just go off from the beginning, just to go off, just let me just throw an I told you so just because she's asking for help right now, you're trifling. You're not a good friend. You're not looking out for her best interest. You ain't never care about her at all, because that's what your actions say. Because a real friend would have donated something, would have helped out in some way, somehow. There's no way I can see my friend hungry and not feed them. There's no way I can call you friend and see you hurting in need and not help if I have it. And not help in some way to ease the burden or the pain. Even if I can't cover the whole thing. Funerals are expensive. I don't expect you to cover the whole thing. But you ain't got $50, $25 if you that responsible. You ain't got $100 for your friend. I done gave a stranger $25, $100. You ain't got nothing for your friend? Y'all ain't real friends in the first place. At least you ain't a real friend to her. That's it. All right. Y'all, tell me how y'all feel about this in the comments. Because Shorty Girl went off in all the wrong ways. Let me know how y'all feel.